My name is Jim Morris. I'm a partner account manager with Amazon Web Services. I'm here today with Dr. Jared Hansen of the International Society of Infectious Diseases and Kristen Leffel with Ruvos. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Kristen, can I ask you to talk a little bit about your role and tell us about Ruvos?
Sure. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Ruvos, a public health data exchange company that has been around 19 years, specializing in data integration, cybersecurity, and analytics.
Dr. Hansen, can I ask you to tell us a little bit about ISID, what the organization does?
Absolutely. So I am the Chief Content Officer for the Program for Monitoring Emerging Diseases, which is a program under ISID. We actually are an early warning-based surveillance system, so we report disease outbreaks across the globe 24/7, and so a lot of our data feeds into systems that are used by public health authorities, by private companies and public companies across the globe to help inform decision makers on mobilizing resources to respond to those outbreaks.
Matter of fact, you have I've heard a claim to fame recently that can you tell us about that a little?
So we actually have several claims to fame through ProMed's 28-year history, but most recently we were actually the first to globally report on what became SARS-CoV-2. So we filed the first report on New Year's Eve in 2019, then into 2020 about this emerging virus in China. We actually also reported SARS-CoV-1, its precursor or predecessor. We were the first to report that globally. So ProMed has a very illustrious history of being the first to do global reporting on many of the big disease outbreaks in the last 30 years.
Sounds like a vital mission. What made you want to reach out to Ruvos to help with that?
So ProMed has existed for 28 years, and it really was sort of started in the DOS era and moved on to, trying to sort of take that old architecture and bring it into the 21st century and really try to take advantage of all the new tools and techniques that are available that we can add to our system. Right now, it's very much a manual process with our moderators that are spread across the globe, trying to take these disease outbreak reports and turn those into data. So we needed to not only update our data streams and our data storage, but actually bring in some new tools as well, that those emerging technologies that we can actually start to offer our subscribers and customers in the future.
So tell me, how did you start working together on the project?
So when Ruvos started working with ISID, you guys were midway through starting to migrate their older systems to the cloud and running into some challenges with that. So our team came in to complete that migration into AWS services and hand over the keys to ISID, which was really the first time then that their team was in full control of their data and of their systems, and then start to really align on ISID and ProMed's strategic vision and start designing an architecture that really aligns with the roadmap to get there.
What are your future plans for the project? Where do you think this project might go? And I'll ask the question first to you, Dr. Hansen.
So we've actually taken this far beyond sort of that initial data migration with both Ruvos and AWS. So we've, with Ruvos' help over a year ago, actually won one of the AWS Imagine grants to help sort of take our vision to the next step, which we're calling ProMed 2.0. And it's really sort of incorporating all of the tools that AWS brings to the table, being able to translate things in real time, being able to allow a lot more modularity and flexibility in our current infrastructure. So we can build things as we get funding to do it. As a nonprofit, funding is always a huge challenge for us, but that's one of the things we really wanted to do with our ProMed 2.0 design, is be able to add things as customer demand dictates and as well as funding dictates, and really being able to leverage things that people want now versus things that are going to take some time to develop and really focus our resources where we can.
Oh, that's exciting. Congratulations on the grant. That's quite an accomplishment.
Thank you.
And that was important when we were working with ISID on this, to understand the big vision, because it's really ambitious. This data is incredibly powerful. It dates back nearly 3 decades, is updated in real time. There's so much that can be built upon that, and so much power in that data that can be leveraged to see and detect outbreaks of disease before anyone else. And so there's so much that we can leverage advanced analytics and really cutting edge techniques to build out, but also recognizing that a nonprofit has very real constraints of budget, of timeline, of lots of parties contributing to its direction. And so we needed to both design for the big picture vision and also make it incremental to get there so that value starts to be delivered right away.
You could have gone a lot of different ways with this, but you chose to go with Amazon Web Services. Can I ask what drove that decision, and how have you been working with AWS?
We've been partnering with AWS for a long time and really worked with many of our customers to move into AWS cloud solutions. So for us, it was a no-brainer to continue building in AWS. And certainly on the data storage and availability side, it's unparalleled. And then also with all of the really exciting AI and machine learning analytic tools that you're making available at AWS, it aligns very nicely with the future that we want to head toward.
Terrific.
And I think for us as well, it allows us to essentially merge 7 or 8 disparate systems that were not meant to ever work together and actually put it all on one platform with AWS actually updating those tools in real time for us so we don't have to have a huge tech staff. Reliability is our paramount concern as a 24/7 reporting system, so we need to have maximum uptime, and we weren't getting that with a server-based system, so really the cloud made the most sense for us. And it's not just the cloud savings either, it's the other service savings as well. We send 7 million emails a month, so looking at those other services AWS offers and seeing what savings can be realized there are actually a huge opportunity for most nonprofits or other public sector entities as well. Just the email savings alone for us, that's a huge amount of savings potential that can be had. Other services as well, we do geospatial mapping, so AWS has a program that does that as well. So being able to realize and really integrate all of those things that AWS already has together is huge for us as well. Even something as simple as a translation, we translate things coming in and then on the way back out into 8 different languages. AWS has a system that you can translate into 100+ different languages automatically. So for us, that's a huge cost savings, a huge time savings, and really takes the work our moderators do from hours to minutes in a lot of cases, being able to leverage some of those new technologies that we've just not had access to before.
When Ruvos is talking with its customers about going to the cloud, what are they trying to get them to think about?
We try to sort of vision cast with the customer to understand what their key issues are and where they really want to head, and then help make the cloud and cloud computing more approachable and digestible to them.
I really appreciate you once again, both of you, taking the time to talk about the amazing work that you're doing together to help all of us deal with some of these healthcare issues. Thank you so much for sharing your story with all of us, and we certainly look forward to working together in the future.